If you have ever looked at sewing machines online and felt like every model is perfect, this video is for you. The truth is, the best sewing machine is not the one with the most features. It is the one that matches how you actually sew, what fabrics you actually use, and how much control you want at the needle. In 2026, the market is packed with machines that look similar on paper, but the real difference shows up when you start stitching denim, hemming knits, quilting a large piece, or trying to keep layers from shifting. So I am counting down the top 5 sewing machines in descending order, with the one I think delivers the best overall value at number 1. I will keep this practical, explain who each machine is really for, and point out the trade-offs you should know before you spend your money. At number 5 is the Singer Heavy Duty 4423, and it earns this spot because it gives budget buyers real muscle without making the machine complicated. The headline feature is the motor strength, which Singer rates as 60% stronger than standard models, and you feel that when you push into thicker materials like denim, canvas, and even leather, especially if you are doing basic construction or repairs and you just need the machine to power through. It also runs fast, up to 1,100 stitches per minute, which is great when you want to move quickly on long seams, simple projects, or batch sewing. You get 23 built-in stitches, including stretch options that help with everyday versatility, plus a fully automatic one-step buttonhole system for cleaner, repeatable results. On the usability side, the stainless steel bed plate helps fabric glide smoothly. The automatic needle threader reduces setup frustration, and the top-loading bobbin makes it easier to keep your workflow moving. One feature that matters more than people expect is adjustable presser foot pressure, because that is what helps you switch from delicate shears to thicker layers without suddenly getting puckers or uneven feeding. And the free arm is genuinely useful for sleeves, cuffs, and hems. You are not getting digital bells and whistles here, but you are getting mechanical reliability, steady operation with minimal vibration, and a long warranty that signals Singer expects it to hold up. At number 4 is the Brother CS7000X, a strong pick for anyone who wants a capable computerized machine that stays friendly for beginners while still giving experienced crafters plenty to work with. The big draw is variety and convenience. 70 built-in stitches covering utility, decorative, and quilting options, which is enough range to handle most home sewing without making you feel boxed in. Brother's upgraded automatic needle threader is a quality of life feature you will use constantly, and the LCD screen makes stitch selection straightforward instead of feeling like you are decoding a manual every time you switch tasks. It also includes a snap-on extension table, which is a big deal in this price class because that extra surface area helps stabilize larger quilts, wide panels, or bulky fabrics, so your project is not constantly pulling against you. You get adjustable speed control, which is excellent for precision work on delicate materials or tricky curves, and the drop feed mechanism opens the door to free motion quilting and certain creative techniques. The free arm is there for sleeves and cuffs, and the machine can sew up to 8 layers of denim, though it tends to be happiest on medium weight fabrics and may need occasional tension tweaks when you push it into heavier duty territory. 10 presser feet come standard, which is a practical upgrade for zippers, buttons, and detail work. And while the top speed of 750 stitches per minute is not the fastest on the list, the trade-off is better control and accuracy. If you want a dependable, do a little of everything machine that stays quiet and approachable, this is a smart place to land. At number 3 is the Bernette B77, and this is where the list starts to feel more professional in terms of precision, control, and stitch variety. The B77 stands out because of its integrated dual feed mechanism, which helps pull fabric evenly from the top and bottom so layers behave better. Slippery fabrics feed more predictably, and thicker stacks do not shift as easily. That dual feed advantage shows up whether you are sewing delicate chiffon, thick denim, or multi-layer quilts, because consistent feeding is one of the biggest differences between good enough stitches and truly clean results. The machine brings serious range with 500 built-in stitches and 17 one-step buttonholes, so it is built for garment construction, decorative work, and quilting patterns without feeling limited. The 5-inch color touchscreen makes it easier to navigate and adjust settings in real time, and the built-in sewing consultant is useful when you are changing fabrics and want guidance on stitch selection and setup. You also get 8 specialized presser feet, including a walking foot, and a free motion quilting attachment, plus a spacious extension table for larger projects. Workflow features matter here too. A semi-automatic needle threader, programmable foot control, and a knee lift, all designed to reduce interruptions while you work. Add in robust construction, automatic tension adjustments, and a thread cutter for clean finishes. And you have a machine that is built for people who want a smoother, more professional sewing experience without stepping all the way into an industrial setup. At number 2 is the JUKI TL-2000Qi, the runner-up pick and the machine for people who care more about straight stitch performance and durability than they care about having hundreds of decorative options. This is the closest thing on the list to a home-friendly industrial workhorse, and the speed alone tells you what it is built for. Up to 1,500 stitches per minute for fast, confident sewing on heavy fabrics and multi-layered projects. The microcomputer-controlled mechanism helps deliver smooth, precise stitching even at low speeds, which matters when you are doing detailed work and cannot afford the machine to surge or stumble. You also get adjustable presser foot pressure so you can tune it to different thicknesses, plus practical workflow upgrades like a foot-activated thread trimmer and a knee lifter that keep your hands where they belong on guiding the project. The bright LED lighting and expansive 23-inch work area make it particularly strong for quilting larger pieces or managing bulky home decor work where space is everything. Setup is streamlined with an automatic needle threader and an easy bobbin system, and control features like drop feed for free motion quilting and needle up, down for precision stops make it feel more professional in use. The main limitation is clear. It is straight stitch only. But if you want a machine that produces consistent, high-quality straight stitches all day and feels built to last, this is a standout. At number 1 is the Janome MC6650, and I am putting it here because it delivers the best overall balance of price to performance for serious home sewists who want versatility, workspace, and power without giving up smooth, controlled sewing. You get 170 built-in stitches and 2 alphabets, which covers practical sewing, decorative options, and creative personalization without turning the machine into an overwhelming gadget. The 10-inch seamless metal flatbed gives you real room to maneuver larger projects, and the Superior Feed System Plus helps fabrics move smoothly across multiple layers without puckering, which is exactly what you want when you move between materials like heavy denim and delicate silks. The machine runs quietly but still brings professional-grade power, and that combination is what makes it feel like a long-term studio tool instead of a temporary upgrade. The practical features are well chosen: an automatic needle threader, a one-push needle plate conversion that simplifies changes for different techniques, and an independent bobbin winder that lets you prep without stopping the machine's main function. Navigation stays easy with the LCD screen and intuitive stitch selection dial, and the 1,000 stitches per minute capability hits a strong middle ground, where you have speed when you need it and control when you do detail work. The solid metal construction adds weight, but that weight helps stability, especially during free motion quilting. And thoughtful extras like 6 LED lights that reduce shadows and a memorized needle position function help your workflow feel cleaner and more precise. If you want one machine that can handle everyday sewing and still feel ready for ambitious projects, this is the best all-around pick on the list. That is the countdown, and the real takeaway is simple. Match the machine to the kind of sewing you actually do. If you want affordable strength and mechanical simplicity, the Singer Heavy Duty 4423 delivers. If you want a versatile computerized machine that feels friendly for daily creativity, the Brother CS7000X is a strong choice. If you want deeper control, premium feeding, and a huge stitch library, the Bernette B77 steps up the experience. If you care most about industrial-style straight stitching and speed, the JUKI TL-2000Qi is hard to beat. And if you want the best overall mix of workspace, versatility, and power for 2026, the Janome MC6650 is the one I would choose. If you want, tell me what you sew most often and what fabrics you use, and I can point you to the best fit from this list in one sentence.